Hello and welcome to my video today. I have a new item in from Euro Performance. I purchased this on eBay from their store. What this is a customizably designed power adapter for the Fisker Ocean that attaches to the rain sensor in the area by the rear view mirror. This can be fitted with many different power options. It can be used to give power to dash cams and radar detectors. And you have the options for various USB connections like USB-C. And in addition, you have connections for a radar detector. So you can actually have two devices connected at the same time. So you can just pick and choose which connectors you need for your devices. So I'm going to be opening this up and showing you what it looks like, and I'm going to install it in my Ocean. So let's get started. Here is the shipping bag I received from eBay. Let's remove everything that's inside. So here is the cable adapter itself. As you can see, it says Euro Performance, 12 volt to 5 volt, 3 amp max, and those are the specs. Let's open this up. And this is the side that connects to the car, and this is the side that connects to your device, such as a dash cam. I chose USB-C since that's what I use for my dash cams, and it's the most popular connector at this point. You could also get this in micro USB and other options. I also chose a single power option on this. You could also get it with two power leads. You could choose the one main one for the dash cam and then a secondary one for the radar detector. And then you can choose whatever your radar detector has as a connector. So for example, you could have two USB-C connections if needed. So on the other end, we have the connector here. This is basically a Y adapter. You're going to insert the connector that is going into the rain sensor and put that in this end right here. So the male connector from the car is going to be input to the female on this cable. And then this male end here will go to the part that's on the car. So it's just going to be inserted in between the existing cable and connectors in the car. So pretty simple. I've done a video very similar to this last year. So should be pretty easy to do. This is not being used right now, so it's just an extra cable. So let's go out to the Ocean and install it. So here we are. This is the overhead console area. Behind this, we have the ADAS fan and other wiring. This is actually two components. There's a left side and a right side, and they're joined in the center. And then there's clips along the sides that hold it in. And I find the easiest way to remove it is to pull up on the clips on one side and then detach it in the center. So let me show you that right now. I'm going to loosen the connectors on this side and then pull it down and disconnect it. Unsnap. And then this should be loose to remove. If you want, you can leave the right side installed since we just need this area here to access. This is the connector we need to take off. It's behind this little wiring harness here. I can kind of move that out of the way. So there it is right there. So you can pull up on the plastic. Do not pull on the wires. You don't want to do that. There it goes. Sometimes have to wiggle it a little bit and then it should pop out. And if you notice, this is the same connector that's on the cable that's provided. So I'm going to insert this into where this wire was plugged into. So if I go like this, insert into the top, like so, and then press in, and it will snap into place. This other connector that I just removed will now be inserted into the other end of the Y adapter, like that. And it will snap into place. Now, to keep all of this from moving around, I suggest using a wire wrap or zip tie and just place all of these items in this area right here so that they don't move around. That should give you an idea right there. Then we could take the other end with the USB connector and we can route that to where it's needed, usually somewhere in the right area here is where I have it come down, since I have a dash cam just below and behind the mirror. So you could route this down so that it pokes out just between that plastic lid and the windshield area right here. And then just make it long enough so that it can reach your dash cam so you don't have extra wire. And then any of the extra wire you can just wind up and tuck behind the plastic trim. Just make sure you don't have anything blocking the fan. We don't want to have anything interact with that. So this area in the front here, there's plenty of room that you can place the wires. So once you have everything tucked away, you can reinsert the plastic trim, and that will go in this area right here. Make sure to line it up with the rear view mirror housing underneath, and then also up on top. So you're going to have it go in here, and then you're going to snap it in place on this side. Then push it all in, and you're all set. Now if I bring this down below here, you can see that I took the USB cable end, attached it to the dash cam, and the rest of the wire is hidden inside the housing. So it's a very clean install. And one of the main benefits of using this adapter is you don't need to route cables to this area on the car. Usually you would have to bring a cable from the cabin fuse box or from USB port or from the rear of the car, route those cables up and around to get to this area. So this is a much easier way to provide power to your devices, up to two, a dash cam and a radar detector in this area. And I think it works pretty nicely. It does all the wiring, you don't see anything, and it's pretty easy to do. As you saw, I did this in just a few minutes. So let's watch this while I press the brake. And now we can see we have power on with the car in ready mode. So I noticed that the power stays on even if the car is not in ready mode. So even if it is locked, you will get power to the dash cam or other device. My dash cam has a timeout feature, so if it's been sitting in one location for over 5 minutes or so, it will turn off. So even though it is powered, the dash cam did turn off. So that's probably a good idea if you don't want to have a lot of excess power usage for that device. Well, there we go. A pretty easy installation. You get power to your devices in the area that you need it. So, for example, a dash cam or a radar detector that's mounted by your rear view mirror. This avoids having to route cables all over the car. So it makes things a lot easier to insert it into the power from that rain sensor. And I did notice that the power does stay on even if the car is not in ready mode. So just keep that in mind for your devices. For example, on my dash cam, I have a setting where when it's inactive, after so many minutes, it will turn off, and that will save you power. And during the installation process, make sure you wrap all the wires and secure them so that they don't move around. I forgot to mention in the unboxing that the RUD plug at the end is used for the second accessory. And since I didn't have that with my option, it's not being used. So if you're interested in purchasing this item, I have the link on eBay for Euro Performance. Make sure to select the correct power connection for your devices. In my case, I chose USB-C and I just chose one connector. If you have two devices, make sure you pick the right connector for those two devices. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.